All right, here we are at number 19. They want us to tell if there's a line of symmetry or a point of symmetry, and if so, what those are. So on number 19, remember a line of symmetry is where you could draw a line and basically fold the graph in half at that line, and either side of the graph will fold on top of one another. So if we drew a line right here, right, I could take this part of the graph and fold it on top of this part of the graph, and it would fit identically, right? So the line of symmetry in this one is going to be, well, first of all, it's going to be a line, not a line, but a line. And it's going to be x equals 0. It's where this line right here is where x equals 0. So again, a line, and it's x equals 0. On 20, there's not really a place where I can draw a line, because if I folded this over, it would end up here, which is obviously not on that. So I can't draw one, anywhere that would fold this part of the graph on top of this part of the graph. So what I can do is put a point like right here and rotate this 180 degrees, or actually, I guess we rotate it the other direction this way. So we would rotate it 180 degrees that way. So when I do that, this part of the graph right here would end up right there, and this part of the graph right there would end up on that. It would just be folding on top. It would like rotate on top of itself. And because of that, it has a point of symmetry. So this one is a point of symmetry at, I would say probably right about there, which is, I don't know, maybe 1. I would probably take -1, 1, or I would maybe even take -2, +1. Either one of those, it'd be real close to one of those two. Okay. All right. And then next one, they want us to name the end behavior of these functions. All right. So what we're looking at on these is we're looking at the ends of them. What are they doing? Well, both of them are increasing, right? And the way you think of it, this over here is positive infinity, and this over here is negative infinity. Okay. So this graph right here is increasing, right, at positive as it approaches positive infinity. So increases as x approaches positive infinity, but it also increases as it approaches negative infinity. So as x approaches negative infinity. So both of them, it's increasing on both sides, positive and negative infinity. And this one, it's both decreasing, isn't it? So this is both going down, decreasing as x approaches both positive infinity and negative. Ooh, that's a positive. Sorry about that. There we go, negative infinity. Okay, so it's decreasing as x approaches both positive infinity over here and negative infinity on this side. And then again on this one, we have a positive infinity there and a negative infinity here. This one's increasing on the negative infinity side. So we would say increasing as x approaches negative infinity, and it's decreasing. So it's going down, right? So it's decreasing as x approaches positive infinity, because this side's positive infinity, and it's going down, okay? All right. Next thing, they want you to tell what the coordinates for the relative maximum and minimum. They want the x coordinates, okay? So just the x coordinate at where the relative maximum and minimum is. So here's your relative max and here's your relative min. So you kind of have to look and see where it crosses. And as you can see, it's kind of between 0 and -1. So your max on this one is going to be where x is between, let's see, x equals 0 and x equals -1. So it's going to be between those two. Okay. And your minimum lies between, between x equals 0 and x equals 1 on that one, because it's not exactly on 1. Okay.